Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Life is complicated when you count this paper. Yeah, girl, I wanna see you, but I'll see you later. Yeah, there's too much going on, girl, just do me a favor. Yeah, girl, I know you love me, but you know I can't date you. Yeah, you know I'm a rich, I ain't got no neighbors. I get mans, yeah, you haters. In love with all my wheels, cause they feel so spacious. Yeah, when you come around, girl, you'll never feel basic. Yeah, baby, you.
Welcome back to the BJack 70 show. I'm your host, Brandon Jackson. A special edition of the BJack 70 show. A Sunday night, Monday morning, whenever you're seeing this, it's a special edition. It's a special occasion. A special occasion, if you will. Shedeur Sanders made his first NFL start for the Cleveland Browns. 1-0, a resounding win. What can I say? What can I say? I prayed for this moment and it happened. It's here. We're here. We're here to talk about it. Um we are here to talk about it, and before I get into it, just want to say thank you for watching. Since you're watching, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is not a regular Takeaway Tuesday show. That'll be coming on Tuesday. It's looking like right now is looking at the Sunday night game, it's looking like a 1-4 week for Brandon's bets. Um, which would be you know, the worst week that we've had so far. But what a one in that 1-4 it was. But we're not here to talk about that. We're not here to talk about anything else. Not even here to talk about Baker Mayfield getting injured the left shoulder. Where we will get into all of that on Takeaway Tuesday. But today, right now, we are talking about Shedeur Sanders. The Cleveland Browns beat the Las Vegas Raiders. Come to your trap, take over your trap. 24-10. Shedeur Sanders, 11 for 20, 209 yards, a touchdown, an interception, one sack for 3 yards. So I'm going to take this moment, and we're not going to go overboard. We might go slightly overboard, but we're not going to go too crazy here. So what I want to talk about is, first of all, how Shador looked. He looked like a guy, like a quarterback, like a rookie quarterback that had spent all week preparing, getting involved with the game plan, understanding the game plan, knowing the plays that were a part of the game plan, and somebody that got quality reps with the people that he was going to be on the field with. He got fooled early on a simulated pressure. The defensive end dropped out, stepped right in front of Jerry Judy where he was throwing it, and it was an interception. It was a bad interception. He got beat. Good rep by the defense. But apart from that, and we will later When it's available on NFL Plus, we'll go through the film. But it was a good day. It was a great day for Shedeur Sanders fans because he did get sacked once, but never during that game did you see him, constantly doing the things that we don't want him to do, bailing out of the pocket from behind, holding on to the ball for a long period of time. The offensive line, I will give them credit. They gave him, they gave him pretty pretty good amounts of time to throw the ball today. Um, but Shador himself looked like an NFL rookie quarterback that has talent, that especially has the arm talent and the accuracy to be a starter in the NFL. He showed that he has the ability to do that and be that. He like the game when he got into the game last Sunday, it looked like somebody who got in there and the game was way too fast. Things were moving way too fast. Today against the Raiders, it looked like a quarterback that was much more prepared for what was coming. And that feels obvious because he knew he was going to be the starter all week, knew he was going to be the guy, knew that all week long and prepared as such. And that's not to say that he hadn't been preparing, but it is a different level mentally when you know you're the guy that week and you know like this is your opportunity. And he took advantage of his opportunity. Like flat out, he and I said I'm not going to go overboard, but come from my perspective, you can leave your comments, do whatever, but from my perspective, this one game, what he showed that he was capable of looked better than what we've seen of Dylan Gabriel so far. Dylan Gabriel has played and finished 5 starts and left after a half. So he's started 5 games and finished five and a half. Now, I know I'm gonna say something and I know what the rebuttal is gonna be, but just let me get to it. In those 5.5 games that Dylan has played as a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, his longest completion was 26 yards. Now, I will give him one thing that he consistently, I'm looking at his stats on ESPN.com, consistently got at least one 20-yard completion every game. So, looking through his game log, the longest pass, the longest completion, the first game was 22, the next one 24, 23, 21, 24, 26. And that was in his last game, so maybe he was, getting better, maybe was working himself into throwing the ball downfield. Maybe he was. And we did see him on occasion throw down the field, attempt it. It wasn't caught, it wasn't completed. at least one of those times was intercepted. We know he has thrown the ball down the field a few times, but it never been completed. Now, if you look at Shedeur Sanders game log, his stats, his longest pass was 66 yards completed, and that was the Dylan Sampson one. So that one, we're not going to count because Dylan Sampson did all the work. But we'll talk about that more specifically in a second. But the second longest completion that he had was 52 yards. And say what you will about the 66-yard completion touchdown to Dylan Sampson. That granted, Dylan Sampson did do all the work on. The Isaiah Bond completion of 52 yards. We all saw that one. We all saw that one. That one you cannot say that was easy, that was a gimme, that was a check down that Isaiah Bond took for 52 yards. You can't say that because we all saw it. We saw him get pressure, roll out to the right, while on the run, throw it, and I don't know how many air yards it was. I don't have that info. But you saw him throw it at least 45 yards. I don't know if it was I don't know, it completed for 52. I'm going to say at least 45 in the air. Accurate. Dot on a dime. That's what we saw. We saw that. And in one play in the first quarter of his first start, already eclipsed du- exactly double the longest completion that Dillon Gabriel has had as a starter in 5.5 games. In the first quarter of his first start. Now I know deep throws, deep completions aren't everything, but can you like we I'm not even gonna make the case on here today that he's the franchise quarterback or that this performance should prevent the Browns from drafting a quarterback in 2026. I'm not doing that. I will not say that because this performance didn't warrant that. I am not saying that. What I will say here today is that please, anybody out there, I'm going to go on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, local TV, local radio, ESPN, national media. I I want somebody to tell me what has Dylan Gabriel showed in 5.5 games that's better than what Shedeur Sanders showed in one game today? What would be a logical reason that Dylan Gabriel starts another game for the Cleveland Browns this season over Shedeur Sanders? If Shedeur Sanders is healthy, why would he not be the starter? That's what I want somebody to tell me. Just given what we know, given what we've seen today and the past 7 weeks, knowing what we know, why wouldn't Shedeur Sanders be the starter? What reason could you possibly have to think that Shedeur Sanders isn't better than Dillon Gabriel? I'm legitimately asking because there's a lot of people in my comments when I came on here and said and I posted Dillon Gabriel is just a backup quarterback in the NFL. And a lot of people after last week in Baltimore and even before that, oh, then what's Shedeur then? Sure, Shedeur's a Canadian football player. Shedeur's what, just a third stringer. Shedeur shouldn't even be in the league. We watched. The whole world watched. Please let me know. Am I out of line? Somebody let me know. Am I out of line? Because nothing that I saw today would lead me to believe that Dillon Gabriel needs to start another game for the Cleveland Browns in 2025. Again, I know it's not everything. Shedeur, for better or for worse, made explosive plays down the field. However it happened, Dylan Sampson took the ball 66 yards for a touchdown. Isaiah Bond caught it for 52 yards down the field. If he could have stayed up, that would have been a touchdown. And Jerry Judy got a 39-yard completion, wide open. Don't get me started on what the hell he was doing. I know what he was trying to do, but you have to do better. You have to do better than that. Jerry Judy. I'm not gonna harp on that right now today. What I'm harping on today is the fact that no matter how it was achieved, how it was made, Shedeur Sanders came into the game and got three completions significantly longer for more yardage than Dylan Gabriel has done in 6 weeks on his first day. On his first day. I know that there's nobody, there can't be anybody caping for Dylan Gabriel. It's either just people that love Shador or hate Shador. So people that hate Shador Sanders, tell me why he shouldn't be the starter for the Cleveland Browns for the rest of the year. Tell me why. Please give me a solid argument why in the comments. Please let me know because I have time. I have time to respond. Please, like I'm dead serious. Like, please let me know. And before I get out of here, I just I wanna bring it back to that Dylan Sampson touchdown reception because I know people all over the internet are gonna say, oh, it was a check down, it was a screen, it was a dump off. And yeah, it was. But for this Cleveland Browns offense with Dylan Gabriel, that's not a given.
He's going to go outside, and they're going to have to find a replacement in their sub. Gabriel, little misdirection, and again, Off target with that pass.
Raiders are not showing pressure.
And they go to Simpson out of the backfield. He's got two tight ends blocking on the outside. He's got room. He bursts inside Raiders territory. One man to beat. He won't be caught. Touchdown, Simpson.
He's going to go outside, and they're going to have to.
It's not a given. It's not a given. With this offense, with this Cleveland Browns offense, nothing is easy, nothing is a given, and he produced. He produced. He was the one that produced. So, if you got a problem, let me know in the comments. We can talk about it. I'll be responding. But until then, thank you guys for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back for Takeaway Tuesday to recap the rest of the NFL. Probably talk about Shedeur Sanders some more. Talk about Baker Mayfield, recap Brandon's bets. And yeah, until the next time, you know what, I'm not even gonna do the regular. I'm gonna just let I'm gonna let the 1-0 starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns take us out.
Life is complicated when you count this paper. Yeah, girl, I wanna see you, but I'll see you later. Yeah, there's too much going on, girl, just do me a favor. Yeah, girl, I know you love me, but you know I can't date you. Yeah, you know I'm a rich, I ain't got no neighbors. I get mins, yeah, you haters. In love with all my wheels, cause they feel so spacious. Yeah, when you come around, girl, you'll never feel basic. Yeah.
Baby, you the one, I drip you fast and the latest. I'm gonna take her for your bag and I adore your little fragrance. You can't rush it, it's a process, it's gonna take a little patience. But when we get there, babe, I promise no more mini vacations. In these streets, we gotta be cautious, all these risks we be taking. The way we pop it on these, it ain't never nothing basing. I want that road truck off the hustle, and I ain't stopping till I make it. I said them goals and I stay down, and now we sliding in the latest.
Life is complicated when you count this paper. Yeah, girl, I wanna see you, but I'll see you later. Yeah, there's too much going on, girl, just do me a favor. Yeah, girl, I know you love me, but you know I can't date you. Yeah, you know I'm a rich, I ain't got no neighbors. I get mins, yeah, you haters. In love with all my wheels, cause they feel so spacious. Yeah, when you come around, girl, you'll never feel basic. Yeah.
When you come around, it ain't normal, babe. I bust down in Van Cleef your wrist, and that just how one play. These ain't f***ing with you, not on your worst day. I love it when your toes and nails done, and your hair slayed. Yeah, that turn me on, yeah, that turn me up. 2 shots of that done, Julio, and she be ready to We on the top floor, no need for looking up. You do your job and stay in your place, I'ma buy you that Bentley truck, oh God.
Life is complicated when you count this paper. Yeah, girl, I wanna see you, but I'll see you later. Yeah, there's too much going on, girl, just do me a favor. Yeah, girl, I know you love me, but you know I can't date you. Yeah, you know I'm a rich, I ain't got no neighbors. I get mins, yeah, you haters. In love with all my wheels, cause they feel so spacious. Yeah, when you come around, girl, you'll never feel basic. Yeah.